Quick TLDR for Vykas Gate 3. As usual, we're skipping the repetitive stuff like regular attacks that won't kill you and will be just focusing on the major gimmicks and mechanics that everyone must know. As usual, join us in Discord and Twitch. We'll be regularly doing learning parties to help new players clear and learn these raids. Let's begin. First, here are a few things about Vykas Gate 3 that you have to know before entering this fight. The first is that every player will have a meter, or a seduction meter, above their heads that will fill up as you take damage or stand in pools that spawn. If this meter fills up to the white bar, the color will turn bright pink, giving you a damage buff, but will also make you prone to more damage. If the meter fills up to full, then you will be charmed, attacking your teammates in a berserk state that you won't be able to control. Sleep grenades will be required to save a charmed teammate. The second are the 3 orbs that you'll see around the map for Vykas Hard. These orbs can be consumed once and will trigger a yellow field that will cleanse the seduction meter of all players standing in it. The third are seduction auras. Kind of like the lasers from Gate 2 that had to be moved away from the fight, Gate 3 will have pink auras applied to party members randomly. These auras need to be removed away from the party as they will apply a pool on the ground. Standing in these pools builds seduction meter. Now for the major gimmicks. At 170 bars, the first major mech will begin. Vykas will teleport to the center, giving 2 players a slow debuff, which can be seen by a brown aura at the feet of the character, and the rest of the raid a movement speed buff, which can be seen by a gray aura at the feet of the character. When Vykas teleports, all members will group up in either the 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock positions, doesn't matter which. The characters with the brown aura will then go to the 9 o'clock position, lining up and not stacking between the boss and the perimeter of the circle. After a few seconds, all members will have their auras placed on the ground and must quickly move close to the perimeter of the map in line with the brown auras that are now placed on the ground. It's crucial that the gray auras are placed away from the brown. Vykas will eventually summon all players to run towards her and one-shotting anyone that reaches her. At around 155 bars, Vykas will disappear and will spawn either multiple clones of herself or swords. Players with the purple colored meter will see the clones, while players with the pink colored meter will see the swords. Players who see the swords must ping the location of each sword. The location with a sword and a clone overlapping is the safe spot that the party must immediately group up on. At around 135 bars, the infamous Booba typing test mechanic will begin. Vykas will disappear and summon red AoEs that will appear on the map. Dodge these red AoEs and head towards the top of the map and consume the first cleansing orb at the 12 o'clock position. Everyone should stand in the yellow field to remove their meter and will begin a typing test shortly after. All of your meter must be removed, otherwise the typing mechanic will become very difficult. If 1 or more players fail the test, then the party will take damage and get knocked up. If 4 players fail the typing test, then the raid will wipe. Supports are recommended to ult here if 2 or 3 players fail this mechanic. Next, stay grouped together as the following attack will be either an inside then outside attack or an outside then inside attack. The sidereal skill Nina V can be used here immediately when Vykas lands on the ground for a guaranteed hit and destruction of her shield. 120 bars will follow shortly after, which will trigger a seduction aura at the feet of a couple of players. Everyone needs to stay grouped up during this entire segment to fill up their seduction meters to max. When every player is charmed, everyone will just randomly attack, taking no damage. At around 102 bars, Vykas will teleport to the middle of the map. All members should group up and use the cleansing orb at the 3 o'clock position to remove meter. Soon after, Vykas will have a stagger bar appear. Everyone should use their stagger nades and skills to complete the check as fast as possible, then time stop immediately after the break. Anyone who does not time stop will likely get one shot after the stagger check. At around 55 bars, Vykas will again teleport to the center of the map and summon multiple tentacles around the map, which need to all be destroyed. During this phase, players will have their seduction meter slowly deplete and must consume the balls that are being fired from Vykas in order to build meter. You will have to have your meter glowing pink in order to deal damage to the tentacles. Failing to destroy all tentacles will result in a raid wipe. At around 35 lines in hard mode, Vykas will spawn 4 orbs around her in a squared formation. Players that aren't about to reach max seduction meter should consume the orb and complete a quick spacebar mashing minigame. You will not be able to use your spacebar if your seduction meter is full. If any orbs reach Vykas, she'll do a large attack, dealing massive damage and filling up a lot of seduction meter for everyone. causing a probable raid wipe. After all this, you should have one cleansing orb left and is recommended to be used at around 10 bars to ensure no one turns for the final phase. Before covering the final phase though, here are a few notable mechanics that you should know for this fight. A rare mechanic that's seen, Vykas will cast a large red circle around her and disappear, summoning ghosts around the map. I'm calling these ghosts as they will not be seen by anyone that has a purple meter. Only players that have a pink meter can see the location of these ghosts. These ghosts will move around and any player that runs into them will probably die. Purple meter players should group up on any pink meter player and follow them to be led down a safe path. There is also a special spot at the very bottom of the map that players can group up on that would also guarantee them safety. The Medusa pattern is very simple and normal as all players simply face their characters away from Vykas. In hard mode, Vykas will execute an animation and will either have both wings down, meaning everyone must look away from her, one wing up, meaning one person faces their character to her while everyone else looks away, or two wings up, meaning two people faces their characters to her while everyone else looks away. The common practice here is to designate party member 1 and 2 from group 1 to execute the first animation, while party member 1 and 2 from group 2 executes the second animation. If anyone from the party dies, the responsibility will then go to the next party member from their respective party. For example, if Vykas has two wings up in its first animation and in group 1 party members 2 and 3 are dead, then party member 1 and 4 will now be responsible for looking at Vykas as you see here. Party member 3 and 4 from group 2 will be responsible for the next animation as they are the only remaining ones left for group 2. After cutting Vykas down to 1 HP and seeing a cutscene, Vykas will be executed after removing her stagger bar in the final phase. Vykas will disappear and 5 purple clones will appear on the map. Look at the minimap to distinguish which one to go to. There will be a Medusa mechanic cast from the purple clone in the middle of the map, damaging and building meter on any player who faces it. Face towards the revealed Vykas that's distinguished via minimap and wait for the black AoE pulses to spawn from the ground, leading you towards Vykas. The purpose of staying on the black path is that it will reduce your seduction meter as your meter will gradually fill automatically in this phase. After the Medusa attack explodes, go behind Vykas and deal stagger damage. Use your sidereal skill Way either at this point or continue to deal stagger damage and use Way when she teleports back to the center of the map. This should effectively end the fight. And that concludes the entire Vykas raid. Good luck, guys.